multiple types of field, like whether we have a text field, whether we have this narration field, let's say we have this bill number field, let's say the date field, right? So this all other fields, here we can control these fields also. How control is, now if you like if you fill any of the application form, right, let's say any government application form, can you see there is a mandatory star, that red star is available? What does that red star defines there? If you are filling any of the application, that defines that it's a mandatory field, right? So without mentioning the details in that mandatory field, we won't be able to move further. In the same way, here in SAP also we have such kind of mandatory fields. So here you can control any of the field, not any of the, but yes, we have particular fields in it that we can control. Control in sense, you can make that field as a mandatory, you can make that field as an optional, or you can make that field as a suppressed. Suppressed means hidden. Okay, so this is what we are going to do now. So for controlling your fields in SAP, we have a tool named as a field status variant. Okay, so let me show you how these fields look. So let's say we were posting one expense transaction in FP50. So this reference is a field, document header text is a field, right? Then here mentioning your text code is a field. Here, like to define whether it's a IGST, CGST, that is also a field. Then to mention that okay, fields this profit center, cost center, right? All these are the fields. So these are the fields which we can, which we can control over there. So that has been done by the field status variant here. So let me just note it down and then we'll see practically. So it controls which fields appear during the posting. If you guys are not discussing anything in the class, please mute yourself. Okay, so it decides what a user can see or what we can enter it or what is must to enter while posting any document, right? Now let's say whenever you post any of the transactions, let's say if you're posting expense detail, right? So it depends, right, what kind of expense you are booking. So based on that expense, we are going to fill the fields over there, right? So every business transactions are not going to require the same type of field. So it depends what kind of transaction you are mentioning. Accordingly, the fields will be managed over there, right? So some companies have to enter that okay, this particular expense is done in which of your department, right? For some, like mentioning that department details, they also want that there should be an additional text to be defined over there, like the in detail details we are going to mention in the text field, right? Some companies don't want to mention that okay, they don't want to differentiate that okay, this expense was happened in this particular department of this branch, right? So it depends what kind of transaction you are doing, it depends what companies need. Accordingly, the fill status variant will be defined. So it lets our system know which will be made as mandatory, optional, and suppressed. Suppressed means field is hidden over there. Okay. So for this, defining your fill status variant, the T code is OBC4. Now here, this fill status variant also we are going it to copy from the standard fill status variant, that is 0001. We do the same process in the real time also. Okay, there is nothing different in the real time process or in the demo process. From this standard company code, triple zero one. So let's go to OBC4 and check what is it. So here you can see the standard fill status variant is available 0001. So let's check the fills available in it. Select your 0001. Go to fill status group. So these are the different groups. Okay, these are the standard fill status group. You can see 45 groups are there. Let's say, just for an example, if you're booking any expense transaction, right? Expense GL you are creating, let's say salary GL if you want to create, then for that particular GL, I'm going to apply the fill status group as G004. Why? Because that is for all the cost accounts. So if I double click on G004, let's go to general data. So in general data, these are the fields which you can manage there. Text is marked as a required here, right? So if I mark text as an optional, then if I will post any expense transaction at that time, system will not stop me because the text is optional now. If text is required, if text is here marked as a required, and if I try to move further without mentioning any details in the text field, system will throw an error to us there. Okay, so let's make it as an optional, then save it. What's our company's name?
Global
Yes, what is our company name?
Global Tech.
Global Tech.
Right, now let's say once again if I go to G004, if I want to make any, if I want to manage any fields related to the payment, right? So let's go to this payment transactions.
Madam,
So
sorry. Seems like a
yes,
screen freeze. I'm not able to see your SAP screen. Not sure is it for me or everybody.
just confirm everyone is facing the same issue.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'll lock off and log in.
Okay, let me just reshare it once if it's from my end then. Yeah, just confirm everyone. Is it
Thank
visible?
you. Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay, done. So now if you want to make any changes related to the payment related fields, right? For payment related fields, we do have this many options. So we can make that okay. While making any payment, then if you want the due date should be mentioned over there, right? Then you have to make it as a required. If you don't need to mention it, or if you don't want to have that field available only, right, in that particular screen, then you can make it as a suppress, as an hidden. Or else if you want that field in your screen, but it's fine if you don't mention any details, then make it as a optional. Okay, so this is how you can manage your fields. Let's say any fields related to the taxation you want to manage. So for taxation, we have four options available. So we can make the changes in these four options only while related to the taxation fields. Now, if you see in each and every group, you will able to get this many fields option. Let's say if I'm booking any revenue transaction. Okay, so here is the revenue account group, that is G029. Here also we have same options. If you go to general data, you will get all the same options. But yes, there are chances that the fields will be managed differently. Right. Now, this all groups we need in our company codes fill status variant, right? So what we'll do is we have 45 groups overall, and all these 45 groups I need in my company codes variant. So first of all, the need is we have to create this fill status variant. And as I told, we are not going to create a new one, new groups there. We are just going to copy it from the existing one. So just watch it carefully because I won't be able to copy the same thing once again there. Now what you have to do? You have to copy from 0001, right? So select 0001. And if I do say select it, select will be done from this box. You can see in the first column it is just a boxes. If you click on this box, you can select that whole line. So select 0001. Now I have to copy it. So click on this copy icon. So system will ask you like give your own fill status variant code. So here also you have to define a code of 4 elements. So I'm using same as my company code. Why? Because I don't want to remember multiple codes over there. So I'm using same code TG01 and give a narration. I'm giving a narration as fill status variant for a company code TG01. Now you have to press enter. Click on copy all. Yes, I want to copy all the 45 entries. So number of dependent entries are copied as 45 and click OK. So number of copied entries is done. Now click on save. Now if you want to check that whether it is copied or not, then select your TG01, click on fill status group. You can see all the 45 groups are available in my company codes variant also. So clear up to this what is fill status variant and how to configure it?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, and this 001 is a standard means, right?
Yeah, 0001 is a standard. You will get it in each and every of your servers. 0001, 1710 and 1000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can copy any of one according to our need.
You have to copy the data from 0001 because every three company codes are standard, but it is used for different purpose.
Okay. Okay. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I have 45 groups in my company codes fill status variant, but still my company code doesn't know, right? That this variant TG01 belongs to their company code or of any other company code.
Ma'am,
So
sorry to interrupt. Ma'am, can you please repeat once? Actually, my network was slow, so
okay. See, I will be using a company code as TG02 because I already copied the data for TG01. I can't copy the same data for the same variant. So let me show you how to copy it. So as I told to copy, okay, we have to use a variant code 0001 only. So select 0001, right? Now go to this copy icon here. Click on copy icon. Now whatever code you want to give, let's say I want to give same as my company code only, that is TG01. Then also you can give it, or any other code also if you want, you can give it there. But maximum limit is of 4 elements. Alphanumeric, numerics, or just a numbers. Everything is allowed. And give a narration here as a fill status for TG01 and I'm giving a code as TG02. Now press enter. Click on copy all. So all the 45 entries are copied here. Just click on OK. So here you can see our own variant is created TG02. Narration narration I gave it as a fill status for TG01. Okay, and click on save. So now if you select your TG02 and go to fill status group, you can see all the 45 groups are available in our company codes. In our variant there. So this is how you can copy the data. Once you copy it, please don't forget to click on save. Otherwise, your data will not get saved or means copied over there. Clear this?
thank you.
Come. Yeah. So now I have created my fill status variant, but my company doesn't know, right? That this variant belongs to my company code only. So what we have to do is we have to use a T code OBC5 to assign fill status variant to company code. So let's go to OBC5. If you note, sorry, just a second. Let's go to OBC5. Now, whenever you have to assign it, okay, first of all, whenever you create anything, it's mandatory to always assign it with the company code. Okay. Now, whenever you go for the assignment, you will never get an option of new entries. What you have to do is go to position. What they are asking your company code, and my company code is TG01, and click OK. So my company code TG01, company name Global Tech, located in Mumbai. For that, which fill status variant you have created. So I have created here as a same TG01 only. Mention the variant code manually, or else you can go to the search option and pick your variant from the groups also here and save it. Click OK. So here my company code is assigned with the fill status variant. So whatever changes will make sorry whatever changes will make here in this variant, right, that will be directly applied to our company code now. So that's it with the fill status variant. If you guys have any doubt, do let me know, otherwise we'll switch to the new topic. Okay, now the next topic is tolerance group. So what you can relate with a word with the term tolerance here? What is the meaning of a term tolerance?
Limit.
Yes, exactly. So now if you are going to use your servers, right? If you are going to use this software for maintaining your day-to-day transactions, then you are going to set some limits for our users, right? Like whoever is going to post our day-to-day transactions, there will be some limits for them. So let's describe this limit. So let's understand first what is tolerance group. Now,
What was the decode for the assigning the variant for the to the company code?
OBC5.
Okay. No, after that you have used one more variant, right?
Up to now, we have used three variants:
Okay.
fiscal year variant, posting period variant, and fill status variant. So, if you are asking our fill status variant, then to define it, we used OBC4, and to assign it, we used OBC5.
In OBC4 we have copied the field status variant, and in OBC5 we have assigned to company code.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I got it, ma'am. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and also, everyone, I uploaded one PDF in which decodes and the path, whatever we are going to use in the future and whatever you are going to use in your future in the real time, okay, as well, for the advanced fi and for whatever we are doing now, right, for each and everything I have mentioned the path and the t code over there. Okay, so if like we are in the class, we are just going to use the t codes, okay, but if you guys are not comfortable with the t codes, okay, then T codes I'm providing you here in the class itself, you can just find the path for the same over there. And if you're comfortable using a path, then you can pick the path from that PDF. Have you just gone through that PDF, anyone?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so it's an understable, right? Sorry? Sorry, can you repeat it, sir? Your voice is breaking for me.
Is it possible to remember all these T codes?
No need to remember. Once you practice it, right? It's by default you are going to get the T codes. And these are the T codes. You can get it from the Google as well. So there is no need to remember this.
We can create favorite
Okay.
shortcut.
Yes, you can add in your favorites on your SAP Easy Access screen. Okay. But no need to remember any, not a T code or not the path. Okay. Once you start practicing in this SAP, by your practice only you will get to know if you're using a path. Okay, by practice only you will get to know if I want to create an enterprise structure, okay, where I need to go. It needs a practice, then only you will get the things. So that is the reason I'm providing you guys both the things. So whatever is comfortable for you, you can practice accordingly. So on that basis only you're going to work in the future then. Yeah, so let's come back to the tolerance group. Now what is tolerance group? So this tolerance group defines the maximum limits, okay, maximum permitted limits for any differences that is been faced while posting our accounting documents, right? Like we can say it controls how much deviation SAP allows during posting, like posting without getting any error over there. So that is what tolerance group is. Now tolerance group, here we have three types of tolerance group. Okay. So let me just mention, just a second. Okay, so now here we have three types of tolerance group. So first of all, we have tolerance for employees. Now, what kind of limits we can set for our end users, like the employees of our company? Yes.
Users cannot access the changing of posting period or something like that, adding fields.
Then deletion of entries.
No, deletion is not there, not for opening and closing the posting period.
Accounting types like who will work in accounts payable, accounts receivable, like that.
No, no, that is all the way a different module only. That's just different submodules of FI. So if any person is handling accounts payable, they will not take care of accounts receivable. Now, basically, tolerance for employees, we do this configuration to let our system know that how much value, up to how much value can any of our users can post a transaction. Okay, so for an example, if I'm working as an end user in my company, me and one of my colleague, we have two guys working in our company over there, right? So let's say I'm working at a junior level and my colleague is working at a senior level. So now one transaction came that is of 1 CR. So being a junior employee, I'm not allowed to post transaction of 1 CR. My limit, my posting limit is of just 5 lakh. If transaction is more than 5 lakh, then I have to pass on to my colleague to post the transaction. So my limit is to post up to 5 lakh. My colleague limit is to post the transaction up to 2 CR. So he can post a transaction of 1 CR over there. Okay. So this is what tolerance for limit is. So in this tolerance for limit, okay, we control, or we can say we set a value up to what value any users can post it. Okay, now other thing we are going to control is any user is there, right? Up to what percentage of discount that user is allowed to give a discount. Now for an example, you go to any grocery store, right? And the bill is of rupees, let's say 527 rupees. So how much amount you are going to give to that cashier over there? 530, right? Or are you going to give them 600? You guys are 30 in a class.
530 only we will give.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, so we'll be giving them 530 rupees, right? Now they will give you a change of 2 rupees. Okay. So in their system they marked it that they receive 530. Okay, and out of 530 you will get a 2 rupees change. That is been noted in the system. Now the bill is of rupees, let's say 527.83. Then still you are going to give them 530 only, right? But that guy is just giving you a change of rupees 1 only. They will take it, count it as a 528, right? Sorry, they will just give you back 2 rupees only. Why? Because they have calculated it as 528 over there. So what you will do with this difference, 83 paisa difference? System will not, like, if the bill is of 527.83, right, then system should just accept up to 83 paisa only. System should not accept na that whole 1 rupee. So in this tolerance of employee, we tell our system that if up to 5 rupees, up to 1 rupees, up to 10 rupees, up to 100 rupees, you are allowed to take a difference over there. Okay, so these are the things which we are going to set for our employees. So that is known as tolerance for employees. Is it clear in this?
Up to how much rupee? There is an limit.
There is no limit. Okay, that has been decided by the client itself, that how much limit they want to give to their companies, means their users, employees.
Okay.
There is no specific limit.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So to maintain or to define the limits for the employee, the T code is OBA4. Let me just note it down. So due to this tolerance of employee, okay, we can take, like, we can define a separate powers for the junior versus the senior users over there. Okay, like generally if you might have noticed, then we have a concept of maker and checker in every company, right? What is the work of maker? Maker is going to define the whole transactions, right? He is going to input the data in the whole transaction, but is not going to post it. He is going to park the transaction. Is going to, let's say, park, or is going to hold the transaction. And the senior person, okay, who has that authorization to post it, they are just going to verify the transaction, that okay, whatever details my junior employees mentioned, Is it perfect or not? If any mistake is there, then he's just going to pass on the transaction to that guy. If there is no mistake in the transaction, then the senior guy is going to post it, right? So this all things will be defined here in tolerance for employees. So let's go to OBA4. Just a second, it's taking time to load. So let's use a T code OBA4. Array, just a minute. So here in OBA4, you can see we have to create our new tolerance group, right? So let's go to new entries. Now the very first field is of group. So here we are not going to mention the group. Okay, we'll just mention our company code. My company code is TG01. Currency field is disabled. Any field marked with this gray color, it means it's a disabled. Now amount per document. So now how much, up to what amount, up to what value the user in my company is allowed to post it. Okay, so I'm just mentioning here a maximum limit. It depends on you guys. Okay, what maximum limit you want to use there. So I'm mentioning my maximum limit, that up to this amount, up to this value, any users are allowed to post it. Now amount per open item, account item it is. Okay, amount per open item means, as I told, we have a concept of maker and checker. So if my maker is there, right? So I just have a right to input the details in the transactions, right? I am a maker person. So if the transaction is more than 10 lakh, okay, then I'm not allowed to post it. That is what my limitation is. Now this transaction is up to 11 lakh. Okay, so I just parked that entry. Now another guy
Uh,
who has a
ma'am,
yes,
ma'am, who will set the limit by
the
ourselves?
con- yes, the consultants will do it, but this limit will be decided with the clients. Will be discussed with the client.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Now where were we? Yeah, maker checker. So now my right is to make the entry, right? So I'm not allowed to post any transaction beyond 10 lakhs. So transaction is of 11 lakhs. I park the transaction. Okay. Now other person who has a right to check it and post it, right? So there also we have a limitations. Let's say they have a right up to 1 CR. Okay, so if the transaction is of 11 lakh, then that particular guy can verify it and that post it. Now amount per open item, account item means what is the limit for that checker person to post any open item. Okay, so my means the maker limit is of 10 lakh, but if the transaction is of 2 CR, then I can input the data. I can't post it, I can park it, right? But the checker person, they have just a limit of 1 CR, so that guy cannot cannot verify the transaction which I have make it. So that entry will pass to another person who has a right to post up to 2 crores. So this is what amount per open item, account item is. Here also I'm setting the maximum limit. Here it depends on you guys what up to what value you want to set the limits over there. Now cash discount sorry, cash discount per lean item. Okay, so if I'm posting any transaction, then on any transaction up to what percentage of discount I'm allowed to give. So let's say I'm allowed to give up to 10%. Okay, now here we took an example, right? That what if my bill is of 527.83 rupees, right? So up to what amount, up to what value I can take this differences. So here I am allowing that I can take the differences, the revenue differences up to 1 lakh and the expense differences up to 1 lakh. Either, 1 rupee. Either the difference is 1 rupee more I can take it or else 1 rupee less I can take it. But I can't take 2 rupees more or 2 rupees less there. So this is what up to this 1 rupee I can take a difference. It's up to you guys. You can configure it according to your uh, need or whatever it's comfortable for you guys. Now save the data. Click OK. So here you can see data was saved and the limit for the employees is set here. So this is what tolerance for employee is. Now we have tolerance for general ledger. Now what limits you can set in general ledger? Yes.
No idea, ma'am.
Journal entries.
Near about 10 rupees.
Sorry, near about
10 rupees in GL.
10 rupees what?
We can allow for posting.
Okay, see, it's a tolerance, right? So of course we have to set a limit, but what kind of limit you have to set? It's a general ledger, right? Now let's say my company is there, right? My company wants to control one high value expense posting. Okay, let's say travel expense. So for that I have to create one travel expense GL, right? And this travel expense GL has a right, or I can say has a limit that it should not be exceed beyond 2 lakhs. Okay, any expenses, any travel expenses are there, right? So any travel expenses should not get exceed, okay, beyond 2 lakh for per document. I'm not saying that travel expense in total it should be of 2 lakhs, but if you're posting travel expense first time, then it should not be more than 2 lakh. Let's say now this travel expense you posted for 2 lakh. Now another travel expense you can post of 1 lakh also. That is fine. But for per document, the limit is up to 2 lakh only. Okay. So here you are telling your system that this particular GL should be allowed only up to this particular limit only. Should be allowed to post the transaction per transaction. Okay. I'm not saying in a total. Per document only we are discussing here. So per document should not get beyond this much amount. Okay, that is what we are setting here. Clear this tolerance for general ledgers?
If the
Yes, ma'am.
single document total value is exceeds 2 lakhs, we can split up an intra, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, see, we have already done this tolerance for employee, right? Now, uh, okay, so there we have set a maximum limit in the tolerance for employee, right? Now, let's say, now travel expense is of 2 lakh. total 2 lakh. Okay, and here we have said that maximum lien item amount, the GL transactions, okay, is of 1 lakh. Then what you will do? Total travel expenses of 2 lakh, right? So yes, as I have set a tolerance limit of for employees, according to the limit, I can post the transaction of 2 lakh. That is clear here. Now, total travel expenses of 2 lakh, but we have set the GL limit for per document as 1 lakh only. Then what we will do in this scenario?
We'll enter two documents.
We will pass the two entries.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. So let's set a limit for our general ledgers. So to set a limit for your general ledgers, the T code is OBA0. Risk tolerance for so let's go to OBA0. But now when you check the screen will look something else. See, just a second. So when the screen system will just ask you permitted payment difference. Hey, yaar, it's taking too much time to load.
Ma'am, nowadays there is a lot of network issue.
From my side, yes. For next 1 week, you guys will face few of the network issue. I'm working from hospital, so there is a issue here in the network. Okay, so let's go to OBA0. Here also we have to create our own tolerance group. So let's go to new entry. Mention your company code. My company code is TG01. Now system is asking a tolerance group. Here you don't have to mention the group, but yes, you have to mention the narration. So I'm mentioning narration as tolerance for general ledger for a company code TG01. Now what system is asking? Tolerance for group for GL accounts in local currency. Okay, so for debit posting, I am giving a limit for 5 lakh. For credit also same. Now see, entry too long, enter in the format. So whenever you mention any of the amounts that, okay, there is a format that you have to maintain. So what is the format here? There should be a dot in a between. Okay, let me just, this system took this format.
No, ma'am.
So what system is asking us to add? This format you should know, okay. Everywhere in the tolerance there will be a different format. same, right? Sorry. Did system accepted this? Done. What is this? It's a 5 rupees. So, are you telling your system that, let's say, for travel expenses there, right? Then are you just allowed to post travel expense of 5 rupees only in one go?
It's not
Yes.
enough.
Then system is not accepting any other formats for us. By the way, I gave you one task in the last session. What was it? Hello?
Something related to posting period.
What was it? Yes, what was the task? Seems like no one is interested. Okay, then there will be no answer also from my end. Until and unless I am not getting answer from you guys, we'll not discuss the same question again there. I'm just giving one single task. That too also the silliest task I'm giving in the initial sessions. That too you guys are not completing. And I think so this in your batch only, right? You were asking about the recordings. Yes, am I right? If you guys have gone through the recordings and still you guys are not remembering what is the task that I gave to you, then it's a thing now to discuss. Not from my end, just from your end.
How to
Yes,
link company and company code?
no, ma'am, that is already done earlier.
Okay.
Yes, that is what in the posting period, sir? That I'm asking. I know the question.
Be mentioned. Same financial year, 2025 to 2026. Yes. Right, ma'am?
Yes, then what is the answer?
Ma'am, it should be 2026. I guess it would be 2025 if we are talking about this month, this January, because there we would be considering financial year April to March, then it would be 2025.
Yes, exactly. It will be 2025 because system is also using the periods of 2025. So system have we have to define them that this period is belongs to which year. Now that is done. Other thing. Here I have set a limit of 50,000. So what does this defines there? it defines na, that for debit posting we are allowed to post up to 50,000 and for credit also we are allowed to post up to 50,000. Now what if the amount is more than 50,000? We'll do it in the two different transactions over there. So here also whatever maximum limit you want to set, you guys can set it accordingly. Just make sure you follow the formats over there. That is the mandatory thing. Now try to now try when you do configure, now try there to set a limit up to 5 lakh. And do let me know what issue you guys are facing there. Okay.
All right,
This is
ma'am.
a task. This is another task for you guys. I'm giving you guys, okay, it's a Monday, so I can understand no one is going to do in the weekdays. So I'm giving you time up to Friday. I will ask the same question on Friday. Is it
Ma'am,
fine?
ma'am, I
Yes.
think like I don't know the symbol name. Before 1 to 3 starts, no, some yes sign is there, no, like about tab that that sign we need to use.
Where?
Like I'm not I don't know the symbol name, sign name. So like
But in which screen?
uh, below only, like in debit posting, no, so you 50 dot triple zero use the triple zero use, no, there we need to give another sign instead of comma, we need to give another sign.
He's saying that instead of 50 there is given dot, no, so you can use the comma instead of that.
No, others, there is other sign. Like I will take it.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, which sign you are saying? This cows.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Ma'am, this is
let
the
me
sign.
try. I'm trying to use it, but system is not allowing me to use. So that is the reason that is not a sign to use there.
Okay.
Okay. And save the data. So your tolerance for your GL is being done. So with this, we have done the tolerance for employees as well as tolerance for general ledger. Still one tolerance is left, tolerance for our customers and vendors, but that will continue tomorrow. And with that, the means like completing tolerance for vendors and customers, we will be completing our enterprise structure. Okay, we'll start a new topic, that is chart of accounts. Okay, so for today, let's keep it up to this. We'll be meeting tomorrow with the same timing, and I hope you guys are clear with the task I gave you. Okay, I will be asking you on Friday. Mostly Fridays will keep, like if anyone needs to get any topic, revised it, right? If anyone is unable to understand any specific topic, we can do that revision part. Okay, all these things we can keep on Friday. And even if you guys are getting any errors, anything, okay, in this weekdays also, you guys can ask me anytime. But yes, if any topic we have to discuss once again, right, then if like that topic revision is there, anything, we can keep that part on Fridays. Is it fine for everyone?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is the use of percentage over there in the screen?
You can use anyone.
Oh, anyone, it's okay.
Yeah, either if you mention percentage, then system will take according to the percentage way. Like let's say 20%, up to 20%, you are allowed to post the total travel expense. in per
20%
document.
on which value, ma'am, it will take?
Per document.
20%.
That is the reason we mention in the amount. You can use anyone if you want. Okay, you can use percentage. You can try it once. Because for you guys, it's a trial and error thing only to do every time. So you can do whatever you want. If you get stuck, I'm here. We can resolve it out any of the error.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then let's end it here. We'll be meeting tomorrow.
All right, ma'am.
Bye bye,
Thank you.
everyone. Have a
Thank you.
good day ahead.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am. Take care, ma'am. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.